This is our first lesson in the transformations unit, and today we're going to be talking about translations. There are 4 different types of transformations we're going to do. Translations is just the first. So just to talk about the word transformations, it just means to move or change an object. And there are 4 main ways that we're going to do that. Most of them, actually maybe all of them, you've already done. So this is kind of like a review unit. We're just going to get into more specifics about how to do stuff. The pre-image is just what we also call the original. So if you see an assignment that says this is the pre-image, it's just what you're starting with. The image is then the object after we move it. This one you would just call it the new. This is the new one. So this is the original and then your new one. Translations, that's what we're doing today. Sometimes these are called slides. You move them left, right, or maybe up or down. But just imagine you are grabbing a shape and then you are just sliding it somewhere new. So that is a translation. So just talking about a couple of the other transformations that we use. This one, when we are traveling in that direction, this would be a translation. We're just picking it up and sliding it over. This one, the arrow is telling us that we're kind of doing a this, and you can kind of tell that we're flipping it. This is also called a reflection. We'll be doing those in the next couple lessons. And then this one, we have an arrow going like this. I am taking this shape and I'm like turning the corner. These are called rotations, and we'll do those too. The last one that's not noted here is a dilation, where we take a shape and we change its size to make it smaller or bigger. So this is essentially what a translation looks like. You're taking a shape and then we are moving it. Looks like we're moving it. You can barely tell, but the arrow's pointed that way. So we're moving it over A and then up B to the new one. So we're just sliding shapes around. And the notation for that, how we like to write it as a rule, is we're going to say I'm going to take every XY point that's in here. And what I'm going to do to it is I'm going to move it A, whether that's a positive or a negative, and then I'm going to move the Y's B. That's a B, not a 6. So you're going to move some over and you're going to move some up. Or maybe you're going to move some to the left and then you're going to move some down. So translation is just adjusting your X and your Y values. So here's our first picture. ABCD has those of vertices. We're going to sketch it and its image, so the new one, after we translate it 4 units to the left and 2 units up. So first let's plot this and let's make sure we label all of our points really well. So A is at 1 and then 2. B is at 3, 3. C is at 4, -1. And D is at 1, -2. Just going to connect those. Here's my quadrilateral. Looks real nice. And we're going to move them all to the left 4, up 2. So my rule would look like this. I'm taking all of my X's and moving left 4. So that means they get subtracted. And I'm going to take all my Y's and I'm going to add 2 because they're going up. So left is negative and up is positive. And since I have a grid, I can just count them. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 2. That's my new A. And how are we going to label our new points? We can't just say A again because now I won't be able to tell which one is the new one, which one's the old. So the original gets the ABCD. The new one gets A, and then it has like an apostrophe on it or a little dash, little hash mark. And that tells us that that is the translation, or it's the image of our original. Taking our B one, we're going to move left 4, up 2. When I do that, I like to check that what I had initially is still what I have. So from A to B, I went over 2, up 1. I still have that, so that for sure that point is correct. C goes left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2. Looks good. I'm going to sneak a C right in there. Now from B to C, it went down 4 over 1, down 4 over 1. So that's right. So I know that one's accurate. My D has to go left 4 and then up 2. So this should be my new D. And from A to D, it's straight down. Perfect. Straight down 4, straight down 4. Perfect. So there's my new shape. So this was my original. This was my pre-image. This was my image. That's my original. That's my new one. Oh, that was it. I thought there was more on there. So that's translations. You're just sliding pictures around on a graph.